Hello everyone and welcome to the first Destiny lore video on Wildshow Gaming. I thought this would be a great video for you guys coming up on Destiny 2 for any people who don't know anything about Destiny. This is a great video series for you, so listen up. Alright, let's start out with what this story is based on. A foregoing battle and chase between the darkness and the light. In this version, the darkness are most of the races in our game. The Hive and the Taken. The light is the Traveler, the Ghosts, and the Guardians. Now this battle has gone on for longer than we can comprehend, and it has traveled across trillions of galaxies. It just so happens that after all this, the Traveler decided to make its last stand here on Earth. It created the Ghosts and its dying breath, and they are the ones that revive us in the game and unlock doors and transport us. Now through this journey the Traveler made, it made numerous stops to help civilizations in an attempt to stop the darkness, but failed. One of these worlds happens to be the world of the Elixni. This race is known today as the Fallen. They are theorized to have been transformed much like our Golden Age, and then were left behind as the Traveler left for another world, thus inducing their collapse. Now you can see where this might lead. Fast forward to our time, and this mysterious object arrives in the orbit of the planet Mars. A group of American astronauts arrive at the scene roughly 2 months later. This is where humans make first contact with the Traveler. From there it transforms Earth, Venus, and Mercury. As it descends on Earth, humans are in the middle of a golden age of new technology, science, and innovation as a species and society. We created this magnificent defense technology with new satellites and defense systems. This also opens the door for the creation of the war minds. These are military AIs that are the ultimate defense system and strategists for the human race. We know the names of two of these war minds, Charlemagne and Rasputin. Charlemagne is mentioned as the war mind of Mars, and that is just about as much as we know about it, and we hope to learn more about it in Destiny 2. Rasputin is known as the strongest and smartest war mind, based in Old Russia. We run into it many times throughout Destiny 1. It is responsible for the oversight of nanotechnology called Siva, which we will mention later. Anyway, right in the middle of this golden age, the darkness enters our solar system, and by the time we notice it, it's way too late. The battle begins on the moon and we lose desperately. We keep on losing, and before we know, we are just about decimated. Then the darkness pulls back, and when it does this, the Traveler creates the Ghosts to go out and revive important people from the Golden Age. This is where we come in. We start off outside the Cosmodrome wall in Old Russia. Our goal is to find a ship and fly to the last city on Earth. This is basically where humanity decided to settle after the collapse. We then fly to the city and learn of our recent history. We then go on a quest to reconquer the Cosmodrome. Once this is finished, we travel to our moon after there are reports of renewed activity in the area. This is the first time a Guardian has set foot on the moon since the Battle of the Shadows, where the Guardians absolutely decimated. We find that the Hive are active again, and we need to stop them. We even find that the Hive were holding a shard of the Traveler and using that against it. During this quest, we meet the Stranger. She talks very futuristic and seems to be constantly talking to someone. After we finish our missions on the moon, we travel to Venus to meet the Stranger and learn of the Vex threat. Throughout this journey, we learn of the lost archive on Venus left by a group of explorers called the Ishtar Collective. Through this, we learn of the Vault of Glass. After this, we are challenged to find a way into the Black Garden. We then travel to the Reef and meet the Queen. The Reef is the first asteroid belt in our solar system between Mars and Jupiter. Anyway, we meet with the Queen, and she tells us the only way into the garden is through a gate. For that, we need to cut off the head of a Vex Gate Lord. We then head to Mars for the first time and establish a foothold and some bearings on the planet. We then go get the head and bolt back to the Reef. We present the head to the Queen and her Prince Aldrin, much to their surprise. Aldrin then pulls out the eye of the head and hands it to you, the Guardian. They then tell you that this is the key to get into the Black Garden, but you need to charge it first. And to get into the garden, you must travel through the Exclusion Zone, one of the toughest zones under Cabal control. You then travel to Mars, charge it, and head to the Exclusion Zone. When you get there, you see the gate. You kill about 15 to 20 Cabal soldiers, and then the gate wakes up to accept your eye that you charged. You walk in and find that the Black Garden is not on any known map or timeline. As you walk through, you notice how much it looks like Mars, and you see many miles of a maze. After killing a ton of Vex, you find yourself at the gate into the heart of the Black Garden. It takes your eye and accepts it, and moves it up to unlock the gate. As it opens, you see a big black ball in the sky, with Vex hobgoblins and goblins worshipping it. You start attacking, and you notice that the heart is making the statues around the area come to life. They take the form of enlarged minotaurs. Every time you kill one of them, the heart loses strength, and after the third and final one, you kill the heart for good. Your ghost tells you that part of the darkness is lifted, and that light returns to the traveler. This marks the end of the main story of Vanilla Destiny. The next incursion in the story is just before the first expansion in Destiny, and it is the Vault of Glass raid. This marks the first raid in Destiny's history. Bungie made no mistakes with this first raid, and it starts off with a 3-plate mechanism that opens the gate into the vault. You traverse into the vault and find the Templar. You defeat the Templar by defeating everything it throws at you. It starts with the oracles, which you need to shoot until they dim. Then the Minotaurs come out to attack you. Once you finish these 2 challenges, you find yourself with the Aegis, a shield-like weapon that eliminates the Templar's shield. Once the shield is down, you can of course shoot the Templar until its death. After you defeat the Templar, you move on to the first jumping puzzle in Destiny. It actually wasn't the jumping puzzle itself that was the hard part, it was the short wall leading to the door. But a lot of people figured it out. You then find the second chest in the raid. The first one was just inside the vault door. You head on to find the next mechanic, the Gorgons. You need to find a way to traverse the alley without calling the attention of some special harpies that are known as Gorgons that will kill you and your fire team on sight. After this, you find another chest, this one being known to drop great legendaries and exotic weapons. Finally, you meet the last boss of the raid. This dude is called Atheon. He is the timekeeper for the Vex, and if you'd like I can go into another video to talk about Atheon, but for now I'm just going to stick to the Vault of Glass. You go on in and out. You'll go in and out of time gates to shoot oracles and other Vex enemies. Once you get the mechanics down and the Aegis, you can now shoot Atheon and kill him. You then complete the raid, and you have officially defeated the Vex's highest authority. And now we don't know too much about Vex and how they replace authority, but it is safe to assume that there is no end to this as their timeline continues. Thanks for watching my 54th video on Wildshow Gaming. Drop a like on the video, Twitter, Instagram, Steam, and Twitch links in the description, and subscribe for more Wildshow. Go wild, my friends.